Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming. We are back into Watcher of Realms. We're going to have a look at GR2, stage 18. It's the first place where you get rid of your legendary gear and it's all mythical. So let's go and have a look at the boss and see what they do, see what the mobs do, then we'll have a look at the team and then we'll do a run through the team I used. Now as always I used terrible gear and the minimum I thought I could get away with. So there's a lot of room for improvement if you fancy trying this. So the main boss, his monster skills are Earthshake. Deals high consecutive physical damage to all targets 3 times. You'll see him do it in the fight. He will do his right arm, his left arm, and then do both of them, and then he'll do it again and again. And that's essentially it. When he's not doing that, there's a sandstorm there, and the sandstorm deals consecutive damage to all targets equal to a percentage of the current target's max HP. Right, so there's a constant amount of damage going on, which subsequently means we need to have a constant amount of healing going on. And that's that done. Now, a quick look at the team I've used. I've used 2 healers, they're both at 60. I've used 1 tank at 60 and 6-starred and fully done. I've used Baron, who is the other tank, and he'll be tanking the right hand side of the map. He is 6-star, 6 awaken. He's only level 50 something, 51 I think, something like that. And then the 2 DPS I'm using Cetra, I'm using Morrigan, they're my main DPS. And then other than that, I'm just using people from the North Throne so I can get more of the Lord's skills and get more of this HP shield going on as often as possible. So that's essentially the team that I'm using. The other thing I use is Decimus. Now he is a rare fighter and he has quite a nice skill, and I'm using him at 40 and that's it. I don't think he's got any particularly good gear on him. He's just got some random stuff thrown on him. HP drops to 0. The hero remains alive and continues fighting for 8 seconds. And he is just there to soak up some of the damage so I can get some more healing out. And this is very much a healing orientated fight. Now let's get into the fight. The first thing that happens is absolutely nothing. We don't need anything to happen. We've got some time to kill. People are just going to take continuous damage. So we put our first tank down as late as possible. Straight after that, our first healer goes down using Vortex at the bottom of the map, facing up. And I immediately click on the auto casting. Because I am terrible with it, I click it on and that way it stays on, and then use Hollow, she's facing down, and again auto casting is still on. Now there's nothing to do now at all. Now this is what I mean by a healing fight. I want a rate of healing, not a weight of healing. So I want a lot of healing going off as opposed to 1 heal every 3 seconds when they do their attack. That's big. I want lots of heals going off, and if they're a bit smaller that's fine, but I want as many going off as possible really. So that's what I'm aiming for, and just enough health to keep them alive. The next thing we do down is we drop down after he's finished his 3 Earthshake hits. We then drop down our DPS facing upwards and we get DPS in. Last moment possible we drop down Baron on the right hand side to cover that off, and then we drop our Decimus down. Now he is just there to soak up some of the damage, and we get rid of him as quickly as possible as well, because we don't want him soaking up heals. We're only just doing this. Now once everything's dead, we then recall Morrigan again. We don't want her up there because she is soaking up the healing. And as soon as the earthquake's open, we then put our next DPS down. So you could reuse any DPSs you like really. Now DPS is facing up. Again we've got auto cast on. We are just waiting for him to hit his ultimate, and his ultimate will kick off. Decimus is ready. He can go out there again. He can take one of the big hits from the rolling mobs coming down. And then once that's done, we can then get rid of him, because again we don't want him taking up the heals. We then get rid of Septimus, and then we haven't got anything left coming down the right hand side. To get rid of Baron, he again soaking up heals and he doesn't need to. That's it done. That is the healing done, and that essentially pretty much is the fight done. Now we just wait for our DPS to arrive back up. Again it's Morrigan this time. She's up, place her down, facing forward, she's attacking the boss. Now the boss will go into his enraged state shortly. I could wait until it was done and then place people down, but I don't. I just place Morrigan down, face her forward. I've got rid of Baron, so I've got another tank ready to go shortly. The tank's online now, so we can pop him down whenever. We'll let the boss do his thing. We've already got him down past 50% health. It's no great biggie. we have a healer alive still, Baron goes down, Septimus goes down, and then it's just a finish the boss off with a little bit of nukage. And that is the fight done essentially. It is nice and easy, but it is how quickly you can heal against how much damage you're taking. So it's a balance of defense, HP. You want enough of that to mitigate. You want the defense high enough to mitigate enough damage. You want HP high enough for you to take a couple of hits, and you want your rate of healing to come fast enough that you can heal through whatever the boss is throwing at you. Now that's done, same as always, I do like to quickly put it into an auto fight just to make sure that everything's all right. Now it should work a lot quicker this time. A Paragon bonus would be involved in this, so it should be a quick blitz through the fight without any worries whatsoever. But we want to make sure, while it's still fresh in our memories, that we have got our auto ready to go. So there it is, 3 times speed, off we go, straight through the fight. And again, we don't get any worries with the fight. That is nice and easy to see. Goes through much easier and much quicker. Now this time we don't have to remove Morrigan out at the end of the fight and put Septimus back in. It's all good. She stays there and completely nukes through the boss. All much easier, and including the mobs in between the fights as well, they go down much quicker and easier for us. So everything here works a lot better and a lot easier. Right, so a quick look at the champions. This is Septimus, one of my main DPSs. He's in the best gear I've got on the account. We've racked up a crit rate to almost 70%. All the items there are leveled up to 16, as you can see. Some of the items are good, some of them not so good. They're just what I had with the stats on that I sort of wanted, really. And I leveled 2 people up to a 16 gear on them for the Hero's Path quest. That's essentially it. And some of these items were rewards from that, such as this. This was an item reward. So we've leveled that up to 16. All the rolls are good. Then on the other side, not so good. Okay, some of it's not bad, and some of it's pretty trashy. But you can do this with whatever you've got. Now, tank-wise, as you can see, we've got gear up to level 12, we haven't smashed that through to 16, we've got some legendary stuff on him, so the stats are a lot lower. If this is you and you want to power your way through it, you should be able to, by all means, put mythical gear on there and you'll get a slightly higher base stat off that. And then don't forget the artifacts, you can actually get some free stats off that realistically. There's Baron, he's in full mythical stuff and level 12, haven't even bothered taking it up to level 16. Don't need it. And now we should get on to the healers. Here we go. Legendary mythical stuff, again rated up to 12. Now remember, for healing, the healing that you get, the bigger the heal comes from healing multiply or healing effect. That gives you a greater heal. It does nothing for the person wearing it. If you're wearing it, you won't receive a bigger heal. It's just giving a bigger heal. But we have HP bonus on some stuff to raise his HP base to make him a little more tankier. Now he's an HP based healer, so he profits more off that than anything else, but healing effect is best for healing. Then it's whatever base their healing is on, such as attack or HP. So Hollow is attack based, but we are more worried about healing effect on her than attack percentage on her. So once we get that done, the other thing we want to look for is attack speed. Now that comes in quite nice because, again, we want those heals coming quicker. So her attack normally is every 3 seconds. If we can drive that down a bit, we can then improve the number of heals she does. Heal or a constant amount of damage, we want to knock out as much constant healing as we can. Again, she's got HP bonus stuff on her. Again, that is just to make her tanky. The healing effect will give her enough healing. The HP will make her tanky. And if we can get some attack speed on there, that's nice because it will uprate the number of heals she does. So her attack speed comes from 3 seconds down to 2.3. So she's getting almost a third extra healing off just by increasing her attack speed. Now, it's not just with Hollow we've done that on. We also did that on Volta as well. He's also got a little bit of attack speed, so he's now attacking 2.5 seconds. If you can get that to work any better, then that's nice. But as long as you've got that constant healing going and a good rate of healing, then you should be fine for the fight. And there's a lot of room for improvement on this. The gear I've used I don't think is particularly good. You could certainly rank some of it up to 16 and you'd have better stats going forward. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It'd be lovely to see you again, and I shall probably knock out another video hopefully tomorrow. And I hope you had a nice Christmas. Thank you very much. Cheers. Goodbye.